What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Just want to go over the Zach Ertz trade. Do a quick stream. I made a video a little bit ago, kind of just to go over everything, see how you guys feel about the trade in general. Eagles trade Zach Ertz, fifth round. You would get a fifth round pick and take cornerback Tay Gowan. Tay Gowan's a big mystery. He's got good size. There's really nothing there right now. I mean, it's just a total mystery with him. I mean, this is a guy who came out this year's draft and took off last year for the Philadelphia. Took off last year in the draft. I can't even think right now. I just woke up a little bit ago. 6'1", runs a 4.4, so he's pretty quick for his size right now. He's pretty quick for his size. Does a really, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's good competition for Zach McPherson come next year. So we'll see. So does this trade win on both sides? I mean, I think this is just the start of what the Eagles are going to do as of trading veterans and cleaning house. I think the Eagles have to do that. I think making Dallas Goedert the number one tight end is right. That's probably going to get done most likely. It seemed like Howie Roseman was talking about how much tight ends are getting paid now, and talked about that. So could come into contention that he could get traded. It could happen. So I would just give it a little bit of time. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I have no idea where this is going to bring us. I mean, I think this had to happen. I think this was in talks since the summer. And obviously, there was, Jordan Hicks apparently was trying to recruit Zach Ertz this week. We weren't going to get a lot of compensation for him. I mean, that's definite. You know what I mean? I think they just wanted to, get a fifth round pick and call it a day. You know what I mean? Just call it a day as of right now. So, Zach Ertz will always be one of the greatest Eagles. You know what I mean? And I've loved Zach Ertz for a long time, but I didn't think he was going to be on the roster this year. I didn't think he was going to. They were building trade value, and obviously, throughout the weeks, I think maybe Arizona wanted to see what Ertz can do. Since, he was hurt most of last year, and it was just a horrible year. And even this year through 6 weeks, I mean, Zach Ertz didn't play great, but a lot of players didn't play great. So I don't put anything on Zach Ertz for this year. But, Thursday night, scored a touchdown. Good for him. And then was emotional after the game, in the hallway and through the tunnel, which I was kind of, I figured, there was something going on. Plus the trade rumors from Jay Glazer about a possible trade for Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert, so there was a little bit of a smokescreen there, but I guess it was true. I didn't think it was going to happen today when I woke up today. So, much respect to Zach Ertz and what he's done here and what he's dealt with here, and repairing the relationship between the front office and Zach Ertz, and he didn't have to show up to training camp or anything this year. He could have sat out. He could have sat out during the season. He could have just not done anything. But as a veteran as he is, and even having a press conference for him getting traded, I mean, he wanted a press conference today, and obviously, he knew this was happening last night. So I don't know what Tay Gowan's going to do, but I think it's good competition. I mean, it's healthy competition. Him and Zach McPherson, depending if Steven Nelson stays here after this year, I have no idea what's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but should be interesting. So, want to know what you guys think about the trade and what you guys think about all that. You know what I mean? Eric Elliott says it's good they traded him and a decent team. Hurts doesn't look like he's got the it factor. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a good role player. I mean, with the Cardinals, I think he's going to play fantastic. I think there's weapons. They got a good record right now. They're contention to be in the playoffs. I mean, he's going to play really well over in Arizona. I think he's going to play really good. Robert says, I was a huge fan of Gowan in the draft. Now, Gowan took off the year last year because of the virus. He took off the year last year. So, really, he's a sixth-round pick for the Cardinals. And as of right now, I mean, they pretty much drafted him this past year just to see, this is based off of 2019 stats. You know what I mean? So, I know he was a good corner coming out of 2019. He would have been a good corner coming out of that year as well. But I thought I think it was a fair trade at the end of the day. I mean, what was Philly going to get for Zach Ertz? I don't know. I don't know what they were going to get for him at all. So, Philly Rapper says it was a fair trade. I definitely believe that. Robert says pump for Ertz and pump about getting a fifth and Gowan cap room, getting a solid prospect, and Ertz going to contender win all around. I don't know if the Eagles saved cap or not. I haven't read the numbers. I don't know if they saved cap from this trade. I'm not sure what they saved or what they didn't save. Maybe they didn't save anything, but I think having Tate Gowan's good. I mean, for depth purposes and for competition purposes for next year. But this isn't. Maybe it's not a fire sale as of right now, but this isn't the end of the Eagles getting rid of players. I mean, this isn't the end. I mean, there's a lot of dead weight on this team they need to get rid of, and I think Nick Sirianni is probably going to be one of them at the end of the year, but that's just me. I know, give the guy a whole year, see if he changes around, but it's already going into after week 6, and it doesn't look too great. Rock and Ray says, so no linebacker, but another bum cornerback is good for both sides. I don't know. I mean, I think the 5th-round pick was fair enough. Tate Gowan is just something they add to the mix. I think adding Tate Gowan, obviously they need more depth at corner, and obviously, you have a corner you have Darius Slay's last year of his contract is next year in 22, and Steven Nelson's on a 1-year contract for this year. So, just depends. David Trudell says, I'm happy that Zach has a chance to win another ring. One of my favorite players again, gone for nothing. How he needs to go. They need to hire a real play caller. I think Howie Roseman needs to get fired today. Before you can even change anything with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts or whatever you want to do, you have to cut the cancer upstairs, and that's Howie Roseman because he has control over everything. I don't know how many excuses he's going to have left. I mean, Nick Sirianni, it was a coach that he hired. Jalen Hurts is the quarterback that he drafted. So there's a lot going on for this team right now. And this I don't think the season's going to get any better. I don't think so. I mean, I hope they play better. I hope they find an identity. I mean, there's no identity on offense, defense. They just, I don't know. It's a lot of guys getting paid a lot of money and not much progression. Legion says more cap for the offseason. Yeah, I don't know how much they save with Zach Ertz. If anyone has those numbers, please let me know because I really don't know. Like I said, I just woke up not too long ago. So it's been a long night and a half. So Lorenzo Carr says Gowan is a good pickup. Mufasa says Cardinals look nasty. Definitely. Pocket Q says that was nice of them to trade him to a contender. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, he deserves it. You know what I mean? He's a good player. He's a solid player that could be a nice role player. Like, do the Cardinals really need him? You know what I mean? I mean, they have injuries at tight end, so obviously, putting Zach Ertz in that spot with what they have there, Christian Kirk, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy with Hopkins and Christian Kirk. I mean, they got a good wide receiver core over there. Adding Ertz to the mix, I mean, he doesn't have to be the guy over there. That's the most important thing. He doesn't have to be the guy. So interesting, though. Kavan says, we trading Hurts next. I don't think that's going to happen, but Robert says, yeah, Joey, the Cardinals took on his salary. All right, well, that's good then. Probably not much. I mean, probably not much now since we've eaten up most of it as it is. Mufasa says, are we getting corners because we letting Nelson Slay walk with their contract is up? Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping the draft. I mean, I'm hoping they draft somebody. You know what I mean? So it's not too bad. You know what I mean? I mean, Darius Slay will probably be here next year. I doubt it. Like, Darius Slay could play, man. I mean, still could play. I mean, he's played very well this year. And other than, like, a couple 100-yard games that he gave up last year, I mean, he's been playing really good this year so far. The cornerbacks have been playing really good. Steven Nelson's been playing pretty good. I mean, really, people are going to be, talking about, the scheme, zone coverage, they really can't play. And Gannon has these corners backed up almost 15 yards, 10 to 15 yards every play. On the 2nd and 5 or 3rd and short, which I really can't stand at this point. So, kind of crazy. We'll see, though. Robert says we saved $5 million. All right, that's not bad. That's good. It's going to be Dallas Goedert's the number 1 tight end now. Going to probably be, Dallas Goedert's probably going to be number 1 tight end. And I hope they pay him. I really do hope they do. Bob White said the Eagles need to use the draft picks to rebuild the defense, especially linebacker who are terrible. Yeah, all the linebackers are horrible. And then Alex Singleton was horrible last night. I mean, he couldn't make a tackle. I mean, Fournette was killing him last night. I mean, he was getting run over by O.J. Howard and Fournette last night. It was bad. He was all over the place, but he wasn't making those tackles. Keon Thorne says Tyree Jackson will be back. Can't wait. From what was said today, I mean, there's no timetable still on his return. I mean, I'm hoping by the trade deadline, I'm hoping by week 9 he's back. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. So David Trudell said we lose the next 2 games. Trade Fletcher, trade Lane Johnson, trade Slade, Boston. Well, a lot of these guys are on 1-year deals. Like Boston Scott's only has a 1-year deal for this year. Fletch is going to be a big one. Fletch might be a big one. Brandon Brooks might be a big one. You know what I mean? Lane Johnson's going to be up in the air. I don't know what they're doing. Lane Johnson to me is an up in the air decision. I don't know. I mean, I'd rather trade Fletch and Brandon Brooks as of right now. That's just me. So, I mean, we'll see though. Shownuff says Gowan looked like Rasul Douglas minus the ball tracking skills. Foster, remember we still have Tyree at tight end. Definitely. Big D says players and coaches keep changing. What hasn't? Howie Roseman. That's the problem. David says when you get a chance to do a video of that corner highlights. I don't know if I'm going to do corner highlights for him. I haven't done highlights in a while. I mean, usually draft time I do a lot of highlights. I haven't really done one in a while. I mean, I'll think about it. He says $4.22 million cap savings by the Eagles, so it's not bad. They save some money. Jacob C says we'll go 6-11. Nick will be gone. I don't know if Nick Sirianni is going to survive this year. To be honest with you, I really don't know if he's going to survive. I mean, week 6, there's no identity for this offense. Yeah, it's looking as bad as it's looking, so I don't know. Lobo Gamer said, I think Sirianni will get a new year, but Larry and Howie will make decisions on the staff and give him a new QB because Sirianni is a puppet and they want a puppet. I know, but I hope Howie Roseman's gone. And now Howie Roseman hasn't gotten an extension yet, and I mean that's a good thing. But I mean I have a feeling he's going to be here, and I hope he's not. And I have a feeling if he is here, this team is moving back another few years because this team is going to just made their tenure longer at even doing anything in the league the next 4 to 5 years because I don't trust him with these draft picks and this cap space next year. I really don't. I really, really don't. Biggie said Nick if he's gone will be organizational scapegoats. I don't know. I mean, yeah, but how many years can you get away with that though? How many years can you get away with that? How is he a scapegoat? He hired Nick Sirianni as the head coach. Him and Lurie hired Nick Sirianni as the head coach. They drafted Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? So I don't get how it's I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Nate 826 can't wait for let's see. David says in the next draft I think we need to focus on defense, safeties, linebacker, edge rushers. That's definite. I mean all defense. It's a defensive draft next year, so Big DC Slay will stay, Nelson will go. Nate says first things first, we need a new leader. Nick Sirianni isn't it, and I don't think so. He does a lot of talking, not really proving too much. Move on to crazy if we could get Kyle Hamilton, Fulton in the draft next year. I mean, potentially the Eagles have two top 10 picks next year. I mean, Miami looks like a good pick right now. You know, Miami looks pretty good right now, and you know the Eagles probably could have a good pick themselves next year. Or Evan says they had multiple opportunities in the draft, Gowan, and they didn't. Low Gamer says, my thing with Gannon is okay to do the zone defense first and second down, but 3rd and 5, you're giving them 10-yard cushions, at least do man or blitz on 3rd downs. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've noticed a lot about them, and that's what they've been doing. It's crazy. I don't know what to even say about it. I mean, that's what he does every game. And then you don't blitz. And I mean, how many times did they blitz last night? Maybe twice. I don't know. I didn't see much. I didn't see over 5 times. I mean, not even that. I mean, it was pretty bad. And I noticed on 2nd and short, 3rd and short, they have these corners move back way too much. They're giving Brady all this room to throw, spreading out the offense. It's just ridiculous. Eagles Uncensored Podcast. What's going on, man? He says, what's good, Joey? Just woke up to the crazy news. Wow, right? But I do like Gowan, but still, wow, yeah. I mean, Gowan is a big mystery. I mean, yeah, I like him, you know what I mean? But there's nothing promising about him right now until, we get him in pads and see what he could do. And more of a next year type thing as of right now, or they just let him play later on. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I didn't think this trade was going to happen. I knew like there was news from Jay Glazer the other night, yesterday before the game started, that there could be some, some people that are, traded. But True Savage says Alex the Beverly Singleton got dragged for more yards than he had running the ball. I know he got killed. I mean, the linebackers did horrible. Davion Taylor. I mean, everybody. We don't have that thumper at linebacker. I mean, that's a big problem right now. Big problem. You know what I mean? Venom King with the super chat, appreciate it, man. He says, I think this new corner probably gonna replace Maddox after this year. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know if anyone could tell me. I don't know if Gowan plays nickel. If that's the case, I don't know if he does. So, if anybody knows that, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, definitely more options there. I mean, Gannon, I don't know if he's gonna survive as a defensive coordinator this year. I don't know, but it's not looking too good as of right now. Mr. Question says, hope Ertz does well in Arizona. Real shame to see him go. Yeah, you know what? He deserves to go somewhere. Let him go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, he deserves it. This guy doesn't have to be here and go through this season. Really, he's going to know the difference when he goes to another team of how things are run. He's going to know the difference, even though he loves Philadelphia that much, and I understand why he does. There's a lot more that could happen when he goes somewhere else. He's going to play really well. So, Mufasa says, I've seen Gowan play the outside, plus he's a long corner with 4.4 speed. Yeah, he's 6'1", 6'1", runs with 4.4. Can he cover? I don't know. He hasn't had much playing time at all. I don't even know if he's had any playing time. I didn't see any stats for him, so I don't think he's played. He's just been drafted. Maybe obviously played in preseason this past year, but other than that, I didn't really see him do. I don't think he's doing much of anything else. So I mean, they just have to bring him in, see what he could do, and call it a day. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Cass says Gowan is a long corner who's better suited as a zone corner. Well, if that's the case, then I guess they got somebody that could play zone. So, I mean, I don't know much about him, so I really don't know. You know what I mean? I just know his side. He's played pretty well in 2019, last year in college, obviously, and took 2020 off because of the virus. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Eagles gang with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. He says, do you think the Eagles could be sellers? I don't know. I honestly don't know if they could be sellers. I mean, I think there's a big chance. They can. I mean, Howie Roseman is not going to give away what he's doing, obviously. And he said, "Oh, well, this team will not be selling," or something. He said something like that today, or whatever he said. But I don't believe it. I think this team is big sellers. I think they are. I mean, that's just me though. Because if the Eagles could lose against the Raiders, Eagles could lose against the Lions, and I mean, if you can't even beat the Lions, I think by the Lions game, if they don't do anything, if they don't do anything, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I'll have videos out on the trade deadline and who I think should go, or depending on what happens. I think by the Lions game, if they don't win, I think it's tank mode in a couple weeks. I think if the next two games they get nothing done, I think it's literally tank mode. The Raiders lose their head coach, but it doesn't mean they still can't play. You know what I mean? If you can't even beat the Lions, then I don't know. The Lions are bad this year. You can't even beat them, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? So Fletcher Cox would be definitely a good one to go on, because Javon Hargrave is playing good. Did nothing last game. The first game he did absolutely nothing in the game, but Fletch has been a big disappointment this year. Sorry, but he has, even since last year. He had 6.5 sacks last year. A lot of those were in garbage time last year, and he's only has 1 sack in 6 games this year right now. And a few tackles. I mean, really, other than that, that's it. He hasn't really done much of anything. Jay Cubs, he said, "Do you think Shane should start calling the plays?" I think so. I don't know what the case is and who's doing it. I feel like Nick. I feel like Nick and Shane are being controlled by Howie Roseman. That's how I feel. I feel like I've always felt like that all year. I feel like there's something going on that we don't know, and I feel like the play calling is being tweaked by Howie Roseman, telling them what to do every single game. But for a team that doesn't run the ball, for a team that ran Miles Sanders once for a yard in the first half of this game last night, there is no coach that would survive. A coach would be fired immediately after what we've seen in 6 games. So it shows to tell you, it's to tell you, like, yeah, like, there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. Nate says fire sales incoming. It could. They could have a bunch of players on the trade block they could have a bunch of players on the trade block. No joke. And Ertz isn't going to be the only one that's gone. You know what I mean? We got 78 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. This helps the channel out a lot. We stream every game every week. We had, a doubleheader. We had 2 Philly shakedowns yesterday, and then we had we did the game last night. I had a lot of fun, even though we lost, but I had a lot of fun just talking with you guys and kind of going through the whole game with everybody, which was great. Let's see here. See, Venom says trade Fletcher Cox next. Fazza, I wish Shane would just call the plays. Me too. Philly Raptor says, do you think Miles Sanders is getting traded before the deadline? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's happening. Definitely not. Miles Sanders? Probably not. But if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised either. I really wouldn't. I'd be really pissed off. That's definite. I'd be really mad at the fact that if that even happens, but, Jay Montoya said Ertz is a future Hall of Famer. His number should be retired. I think so. I definitely think so. A big D. Forcing a QB that is a game manager to carry a team is a surge past to failure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't put it all on. You can't put it on Jalen Hurts. I don't. Here's another thing. I don't know if they give Jalen Hurts too much freedom. I don't know. I don't know if they tell him, well, if you don't see this coverage, change it to this. I don't know. Or W said, y'all thoughts Hurts was the guy. I don't know who you're talking to, but I don't know who says. I don't know if I said if Hurts was the guy. If you're trolling everybody else. Little Gamer says, I think Gann is more successful this year than Sirianni. Crazy that sounds because Gann was the DB coach, and at least our DBs are doing good, but Sirianni ain't doing nothing right. No, I think he's done. I think he's done really well. I think he's done well as in with the cornerbacks, but other than that, he doesn't know how to use linebackers. Doesn't know how to use. The cornerbacks is weird. I think when we play zone, I think the cornerbacks have looked good, but in the scheme that they're in, given the scheme that they're in, which is really bad, that's a fail, obviously. But that's the only really bright spot. It's like the cornerbacks. That's it. Javon Hargrave and the cornerbacks are really the only bright spots on this team right now. You know what I mean? So, don't know what's going to happen. Astros is not getting rid of Fletcher. Stop that. God, I don't know why you love Fletcher Cox so much, bro. I think you're the only one that really gets that mad over Fletcher Cox. The amount of money he's getting paid. Venom says it's time to get younger, definitely. Eric Elliott says the crowd cheering when they're running the ball and it's not a pass, especially screen pass, hilarious. Yeah, no, it's funny. Like when they started running with Miles Sanders, like the crowd was going nuts. It's sad. It's really sad they don't run the ball with him enough. Kenneth Gainwell even got to the game. He had 1 reception for 1 yard. That's it. That's all you got. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Foz, do you think they could change their scheme? I don't know how difficult to change schemes is since they've been practicing this scheme for a while. I think it's too late. Nick doesn't know how to run an offense, and there's no diverse play calling. Like, there's no different formations. It's RPO, RPO, RPO. No shotgun. RPOs look very confusing, and teams, it's lazy. RPOs are just lazy. It's not bad to use them, but when you use them every single play throughout the whole season, it's nothing for a defense to get prepared for. You know what I mean? It's really nothing for a defense to get prepared for. Flip Raptor says, Nate, it looks like the coaching staff favors Gainwell, and you know how. I don't even know if they're favoring Gainwell. Do you see he had 1 reception for a yard? Did they favor Gainwell last night? They didn't favor Gainwell last night. Not in my book. I don't think they favored him last night at all. Michael Saristic says, "Can we trade coaches at deadline?" Geez, Nick's play calling trash. No team is going to take him. Unfortunately, I wish we could, but no team is going to take him. Zach Cardinal says, water cooler trade rumor, Darius Slayer for Devin and White and a 2023 fourth to Tampa. That's going to be a hard one to swallow, bro. That's going to be a hard one to swallow just because they're not getting rid of Darius Slay. It's not going to happen. It's not. And I wouldn't do it because you need him for next year. You really need him for next year. If this team can at least do something next year, you know what I mean? Depending on if we do even make any changes to the coaching staff and if Howard Roseman's not here, you got to have Darius Slay in the building. I think you keep Darius Slay for his last year of his contract. I don't think you trade him at all. Pocket says Sanders deserves to be a contender. Now, he does. He deserves to be on a contender. I mean, if I'm him, I don't know if he's maybe, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Has he went upstairs? Has he said something to Howie Roseman? Has he said something to Jeffrey Lurie about why is he not getting the ball enough? I'd be complaining right now. I think it's ridiculous. Tazier Virgil says, watching our offense makes me feel like they are trying to tank. Yeah, no, I just, I don't think they're trying to tank. I just think they just don't know how to use people on offense. They don't. They don't. They can't run the ball. They're doing these really, really awkward screen passes, short passes that, the Tampa Bay was down 2 corners going to the game. And then Richard Sherman gets hurt. They were down 3 corners going to the game. It was just insane just watching that. Like, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Andre Moses trade J-Jaw. I don't know if there's going to be, to trade J-Jaw, I don't even think there's going to be any interest, period, at all. I don't think so. I really don't. Scorpio Good Vibes says, what's up, Joey? What's going on, Scorpio? What's going on, man? Mac 10 says, who is this guy? Is he even a starter? No, he's not. He's not. I don't think he's played a snap for the Cardinals this year. I don't think he's played a snap for the Cardinals this year at all. Period. I don't think so. Zach Ross's water cooler trade rumor. I think I read that before. Jay Montoya, if you see Brandon Graham's comment about Jonathan Gann, he says that he has a great adjustments, but he does not have the personnel for what he wants to do. He's probably right. He doesn't have the personnel for what he wants to do. Like playing zone, like you gotta have a good defense to play zone. I'm sorry, but you do. You can't play zone with what you have right now. You just can't. So, the 8 Ball says Mike Yule on 97.3 ESPN says that it may be a trust issue between Sirianni and Sanders. If that was the case, then Gainwell would have snaps last night. It's the play calling. It is. If that was the issue, if Sanders and Sirianni have had a difference and he's not giving him enough plays, and they favored Gainwell would have a lot more to do with this offense. But he had 1 reception for 1 yard the whole game. That's it. That's what you got out of Gainwell. That's what you got out of both your running backs last night. Nothing last night. I don't put the blame on both those guys. I think Gainwell's going to be a great number 2, and I hope Miles Sanders doesn't ask for a trade next year. I really hope he doesn't. It's going to hurt this team. It's going to hurt to lose him. It is. Gainwell is not Miles Sanders, okay? Can Gainwell be a starter? I don't mind him as a starter, but I don't think he's starter material. I think he's a good complimentary back. That's just me. Okay, I think you have a running back in Kenneth Gainwell that can line up anywhere on the field. Is he the fastest? No, but he's pretty good. He's really good. Get around defenses. He can catch the ball like a receiver. He's good at running routes. He's a dual threat. He could get things done. But as a starter, definitely not. Would I mind it? No. But at the same time, Miles Sanders is like, oh my God, like you just put him, just unleash Miles Sanders for a game. Have almost like 20 carries for him, and you'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Tar Etzel says, I was very emotional when I found I almost cried because I've met Zach and I know how much this team means to him. I love the respect the team gave him and let him have his press conference. No, I'm glad like he called for a press conference. He loves the city. You know what I mean? Like it's great. He's a class act guy. He's a class act. Stephen Coe says Sirianni stinks. Our talent carries us. That's it. Bring Doug back with an offensive coordinator. We would be much better. At least 4-2. We at least ran the ball more last year. Definite. But it's worse this year. At least Doug had some successful plays last year, even though last year was a total joke. And this year looks worse than last year. It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point. It looks bad. It looks really, really bad right now. And I think Howie Roseman was the one that told Doug to simmer down on runs and change some play calling. And I think it's happening the same time right now with Nick Sirianni. And Nick is not adjusting to it good, and he just can't get it done. The 8-Ball says, do you think Eagles trade Sanders and draft running back in the first round, 3 possible times? No, I don't think so. If Miles Sanders leaves, they're going to use what they have right now. And Kenneth Gainwell, I don't know if they bring Jordan Howard back. Will they actually use a bruiser back? I got no idea. I mean, why is Boston Scott not getting any reps? Why is Jordan Howard still on practice squad? I don't know what they're doing. They protect him every week on the practice squad. I don't know. Now, apparently, Miles Sanders had a knee injury, and I don't know. They said they're worried about his knee, so I don't know what's going on with that. I didn't see him bust his knee or anything like that, so I don't know what's going on. Kind of made no sense when I seen it. Tyler says Sanders is frustrated on the sidelines, not getting enough playing time. Apparently caught on video. I got to see that. I mean, they showed him a few times, like looking really aggravated on the sideline last night. I mean, they did. Goedert truly said, I feel we can mold this kid going to be very good. I hope so. I hope they can. You know what I mean? Like that's what I hope. I mean, to get you pretty much picked up a rookie cornerback that Arizona just drafted in the 6th round this year, and his draft stock went down because he took off in 2020. So obviously Arizona drafted him because of his 2019 play, and that was it. So that's another player that took a year off because of the virus. Tyler says, I can't tell which is worse, offense or the coaching. I think it's both. It's both. I think the play calling is worse than the play, just because I think that's what you're getting from the bad play calling. Because I think if you at least bounce, and look, and we all know Jalen Hurts has flaws. We all know that, but at the same time, you have to look at it and say, okay, if at least Nick Sirianni balanced out this offense, if they at least balanced out the offense, I think this team could play, not really win more games, but they could win more games because of it. But they'll play a lot better. Keep the defense on their heels. You know what I mean? You're not doing that. You're doing play action when you're not even running the ball. Why? Well, I don't know why you're faking the run. I don't know why you're doing play action if you're not even running the football. So it makes no sense. And the Eagles once again figured it out at the end of the game. They used Miles Sanders. They did a fast-paced offense, no huddle offense, and they seem pretty successful with it for the time being, for that short amount of time. Zazier Virgil says Sirianni thinks screens and quick passes are runs, and no, they're not. I think he thinks RPOs are runs, and they're not. RPOs are not runs. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's what I think. An RPO is not a run. Okay, it's a run pass option. It's not a run play. That's what I'm saying. And I think Nick kind of puts that into account, like, oh, well, we were always doing run plays. That's not it. Jalen Hurts, the RPOs have got to stop. Jalen Hurts is holding the ball literally in Miles Sanders' stomach. He's holding the ball. He's on one foot trying to decide whether he's going to keep the ball for himself. It just gets annoying. You know what I mean? It's just it looks so awkward. It looks messy. It doesn't look good. Will Stentz, baby, love that we traded Ertz for what we could trade him before the season started, and we got a player that Howie just going to cut at the end of the year for an additional 6-rounder. Yeah, I mean, most likely, I don't know if he would have cut him. I mean, he probably would have just walked, because obviously it's the last year of his contract, so I think he would have just walked regardless. But Comfort truly says, I watched this Gowan guy highlights. He is fast for his size. He plays well. He does bite a lot on double moves and things like that. One thing he got to be better at. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt there's flaws to the kid. Obviously, he would be playing right now if he was a good cornerback. Andy Hans says, Hurts is playing bad, but it's impossible to get a really clear view of how good he is because the play calling is, yeah, it is bad, but Hurts isn't playing good either. Hurts, I mean, look, even if the play calling is bad, Hurts has got to make some throws. I mean, if he's got protection, regardless if the play is good or bad, and he has a wide open receiver, okay, he's got to make the throw, and he's messed up a lot of throws. I mean, he had an ugly game last night. He had a horrible game last night. It doesn't even matter with the play calling. It doesn't. He missed targets last night again. You know what I mean? So, amazing. Abel says we should have drafted linebacker instead of Gainwell. We should have drafted. JOK in the second round. We should draft. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have drafted Landon Dickerson. Sometimes I think that's. You know what I mean? Like that pick really messed me up. That draft. Like we should have got Asante Samuel Jr., which he's playing fantastic. Should have got JOK, and he's playing fantastic. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate. I mean, I think that second round pick was a big question mark. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, you draft a guy that has. I mean, they're always don't want to draft guys with injuries. I mean, they're always drafting guys with injuries. You take Sidney Jones. I mean, you draft guys with these injuries, with these serious injuries. So, Nate says Miles should demand a trade. Could happen. Jamie Montoya says Sirianni thinks Jalen is a veteran when he isn't. He needs Miles to help not only him but the whole team. Rock and Ray says Hurts is not the guy. I'm sorry to say. Tyler Hudson said, "Would you bring back Doug Pearson if you could?" No, I just want Howie Roseman out of the building. It doesn't matter what coach you bring into this organization. It doesn't matter if Howie Roseman's still here. Like that's why, if Howie Roseman's here next year, I cover the Eagles and I do whatever I possibly can to support this team. But if Howie Roseman's still here next year with the picks and cap space we have, this team is another 4 years down the road. This team just lapsed to another 4 years of being a contender, or at least being a playoff contender, because honestly, I don't have trust in him making good decisions next year. I'll try to support as much as I possibly can and give you my true insight of how I feel about it, but doesn't matter what coach you bring in, doesn't matter what quarterback you bench or put in the game, it doesn't matter. Howie Roseman is the cancer you have to cut out of this front office, and that's just the way it goes. Robert says, I think it's time to start thinking about the QB situation. Hurts can't read the field, and it's sometimes taking off before his first read. Hurts also doesn't have arm strength and lacks timing on throws. I believe that. I believe that 100%. I think that pass to Devontae Smith was horrible to the right side. I think that was a timing issue. I think it was open, but it was just a timing issue when the ball was coming out of his hands. Underthrown balls to Jalen Reagor. Reagor didn't have a good game at all, but he had the PI call, which he almost caught that ball down almost to the end zone. There was a couple passes. The one to Zach Ertz to the right side, overthrown. I mean, there was a lot of passes. I mean, a lot. A couple of them were overthrown to Reagor. Reagor would have had a touchdown this game. Missed Devontae Smith on multiple times. He was open. Can't read the field. I mean, there's a lot of different things to take into it. There really is a lot of different things to take into it. It's hard to to see where this team is going. I mean, it's bad. A lot of players are playing bad, but the scheme is bad and the play calling is bad, and obviously, there's something weird going on. You have two coaches, your offensive coordinator and Shane Steichen, that was a run heavy in LA. And I don't know. I know he's got there's something. Shane Steichen doesn't have any power in anything right now. And that's definitely true. You know what I mean? Chris says, what up, Joey? Ertz press conference was amazing. Hinted at one day finishing his career here and trying to get those last 12 catches. I know. I think it was 10 catches. I think he only had 10 catches left to break Harold Carmichael's reception record for the Eagles. I think that was the all-time record that he had to beat with 10. So, Robert says his footwork is awful. Carson says, I agree that Hurts is just not the guy for us. That hasn't shown me he can be the guy. Ryan says, is Tyree Jackson coming back from injury soon? He's probably not going to come back. I mean, they said there was no timetable, but I'm thinking by week 9 or week 10 he'll probably be back. I mean, that's what I'm thinking right now. Will says we could end up being 4-4 in the next 2 weeks if we just had a balanced offense. So that's what I'm saying. I think if they just regardless of Jalen Hurts' flaws, like I said before, if they at least had a balanced offense, I'd feel a little bit better. I just feel a little bit better going through this whole thing. You know what I mean? This way, keep the defense on their heels, tire the defense out so you could throw the ball. If you run the ball, you could tire the defense out, and activate Jordan Howard. Let this guy tire out the defensive lines. Let them tire out the linebackers. Let them get to the second level and start pummeling people. You know what I mean? So, Chris says, let's say we move on from Hurts. What do we do at backup? Keep Minshew or trade Hurts? Trade Minshew after just acquiring him? No, I think they keep Minshew. I think Minshew could either, if it's one of 4 things that could happen. Either they give Jalen Hurts another year, they give Minshew the job, or put them in a competition where Minshew wins the job. They trade for a quarterback, whether it's Deshaun Watson, because that's the only quarterback I could see really being traded for, or they go into the draft, which I'm not high on the quarterbacks in this draft. You know what I mean? I think if Jalen Hurts sticks to the way he's playing right now, I don't think he's the quarterback next year. I don't think he is. Depending on what they do, moves at the front office, if Howie Roseman's gone, I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen. Eagles to the grave says getting Gowan may make up for not getting Makumu or keeping Obi. Oop. Black Tape says one of the key positions the Eagles need is running back after the draft, good defense, linebacker, and safety. I don't think they need anything at running back. They're just not utilizing the running backs at all, period. They're just not utilizing any of these guys whatsoever. That's the problem I'm having right now, you know what I mean? That's the huge problem I'm having right now. Jay Quest says Hurts is not the guy because of what? The coach is self-sabotaging the offense. Come on, guys. Y'all don't see the narrative yet. Yeah, but how much can you put into, how much can you put into if Nick is sabotaging the offense? I mean, look, Jalen Hurts has had time in the pocket to make passes. He's missed wide open targets. He's made his own mistakes. Nick's not throwing the ball for Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Like, even if the play calling is bad, Jalen Hurts has been protected at a lot of times and still is not making the throws that he needs to throw. He's been very inaccurate, can't read the field, and that's just how it's been. I mean, that's just the way it is. The William 1122 said, how are you draft a linebacker because he's an idiot? He's not going to draft a linebacker early. It's never going to happen. It's really not. Chris said, I think it's time to fully commit to the rebuild. Trade Cox, trade Barnett, trade Dillard. Maybe the Ertz trade is the first move in direction. I mean, Barnett. They're not going to trade Barnett. People are just going to wait till Barnett's gone unless they could find a trade for him. Maybe I don't know. Fletcher Cox, I'm on board trading. I just don't care anymore. So Fletcher Cox has done nothing all year, really nothing. And I don't care. I don't care what it is. He got single blocked yesterday. I mean, nothing. I mean, he's been single blocked all year. And he's done absolutely nothing. So it's really frustrating right now. Really frustrating. We have 160 people in the chat. Appreciate everybody here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day. We cover the Eagles every day. We check out some of the videos. We live stream every game. We do a lot of stuff every week. If you guys haven't liked the stream before you leave, please like the stream. It does help the channel a lot. Much love to everybody that's come in today. I'm just talking about the Zach Ertz trade. Saying a farewell goodbye to Zach Ertz. Welcome Gowan, cornerback from the Arizona Cardinals. Mufasa says Lane's sitting out because he's trying to trade him. Just seems weird that he's sitting out for this long for a supposed personal issue and no one knows why. I don't know what it is. Is it a trade? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I haven't heard no news on it. They're not going to give any information on it. I don't know what it is. It's really fishy. It's really weird right now. If it was something to do with PEDs or something with the NFL with PED uses or drugs or something like that, obviously we would have heard about it if it was NFL related, but I don't know if it's NFL related. It's just weird. And maybe if there was a trade rumor, it would have been out already. I don't know. Unless it's really behind closed doors and we have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. I really don't. Nate says Hurts is too inaccurate. Why do people not see this? And he is inaccurate. He is. Nate Smith, play calling might somebody doesn't change the fact that Hurts is wildly inaccurate. Yeah, definitely. It's both. It's both, guys. It's not one or the other. It's both. At the end of the day. Howard says if they were worried about the knee, then they would not use him at the end of the game. The other running backs would have more runs. They just don't want to run. You see what running the ball does. Yeah, you see what running the ball does. And look at the success they had at the end of the game. Look fantastic. Look great. Jay Quest, the play calling is the worst in the players. We already saw that bad coaching could do to an offense. It's hard. I can't judge not one player on the offense until play calling gets better. Yeah, no, definitely. It's hard to see what these players can do. I think Quez Watkins was our best player last night. I think Quez Watkins was the best player last night. I thought he played fantastic last night. I was really happy about it. I thought he was really good. I thought he was really, really good last night. No joke. Will says this team has firepower on offense. They do. I think there's a lot of talent on offense. They just don't know how to utilize it, and that's the problem. And then another problem is the offensive line is just they're switching guys around. I think so far the protection's been pretty good. Other than a few giving up sacks, and sometimes late in the game they just Hurts is running for his life. It is what it is. But I think for the most part the protection's been okay. I think it'd be better obviously, but. The William 1122 said, my speak text makes me sound like I'm drunk. We got a super chat from Wild the Beast Davenport. Says Nick Sirianni play calling in one formation RPO is destroying Jalen Hurts' confidence. Look at how the Bears are using Justin Fields. No, I agree. I mean, it's going to kill confidence in any player. However you use a player, it's going to kill his confidence. As a quarterback, yeah, it's going to kill him by doing RPOs. He's doing RPOs every single 2 seconds. I mean, I can't stand it anymore. No shotgun. No, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you're not even if you're not even balancing your offense and you're still doing play action, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, no one's going to respect you. You know what I mean? No one respects your play if that's the case. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to. I mean, I don't think nothing really phases Jalen Hurts. Like I think he's mentally strong, but at the same time, it's like he's got to be fed up with this because these RPOs are killing us right now. I mean, they're just killing us. It's not doing anything for us whatsoever. So. Philly Ness says he had success running the ball because of garbage time town. 2 possessions through were allowing us to run. Christian Serrao says bringing in a rookie head coach was a mistake, especially with how young this team is. Yeah, I don't know if that was a good decision right now. I mean, when you have a young team, I don't know if bringing in a young coach is good. You got to bring in a veteran coach. I think that would have been better. I think they're really. I don't know. I mean. We'll see what happens next year. Kellen Moore might be a head coach. Eric Bieniemy, coordinator for the Chiefs. I mean, there's a lot of different coaches that might be coming out next year, and I don't know if Nick's gonna get fired. I mean, for so far what I've seen, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it like whatsoever. So, Eagles, the Grave says we're still in the NFC East race. Nick just needs. I don't know. Nick needs an epiphany. I don't even know if they can survive. If they lose the next 2 games, I don't know. If they don't beat the Raiders or don't beat the Lions, I'm tired of using the word beatable because I'm not using it. Like the Eagles' biggest opponent this year is the Eagles and Howie Roseman. I mean, that's the biggest 2 opponents we have for this team right now. Attitude Pop says, bro, just give him time. People gave Josh Allen 3 years to show something. Jalen can get better. Look at Lamar. He completely just took himself to another level. All he has to do is work on his mechanics. Yeah, I mean, he can. But they have to make a lot of changes around him. Coaching-wise, front office-wise, a lot of things have to happen before he even becomes a better football player. To put him in the right position, obviously. You know what I mean? Dash says, when opposing D-line see Hurts pull the ball out from Sanders' stomach, their eyes light up because Hurts has no protection. Hurts will roll to the right the second they rush him. He rolls to the right every time. Sanders always rolls to the right. All the time. That's his first move, is rolling to the right. That's what happens. Jamin Toy said, if we had a balance office, we would have won all 3 games. If you look at it, all our games are close. Yeah, they're close. I mean, I think they could have beat KC. I think they even could have beat Tampa last night if they ran Miles Sanders. I think they would have had success doing that. You know what I mean? I think they would have had a lot of success if they you can't just go late in the game and start running with him and now you're going to start to play how you're supposed to play. Amazing Abel says someone needs to expose the coaches. I don't think we're going to help them. To be honest, I think they're going to expose them. Nick Sirianni is going to expose himself. Jonathan Gannon's going to expose himself on what type of coach he is. Zach Carlin says the offense is designed for Hurts. Don't like it. See Jalen and ask if he could play anything else. Drew says Goedert is injury prone. We better hope he can stay healthy. So far he's been healthy as of right now. I mean, he was only out this game because of obviously the virus and stuff, and he had to stay home. But I think I think he's going to play well for us. I've always been a big fan of Dallas Goedert. I've been a big fan of his, and I don't. He hasn't got paid yet, obviously, but I want to see him as a number 1 tight end. I want to see him as a number 1, not behind Zach Ertz as a number 2. I want to see him as the exact number 1. That's what I want to see as of right now. Talks to the coaches. That makes me feel like when we did a trade with the Lions, they said we don't know how to use him now. We don't know how to use the offense play calling. How Roos are used, a.k.a. 2017. Easy Money says, don't know about anyone else, but I'm really sad about this. Ertz brought us so many great memories. Yeah, definitely, bro. But at that they need. The team's getting old, man. There's some players that are just aren't going to get re-signed, and he was one of those guys that was a candidate to leave before the season started this year. So obviously they picked up some value from him, and through 6 games has Ertz done fantastic? No, but this whole team hasn't played good. I mean, it's not even on him, really, at the end of the day. Dercier says it's about time for Stegen to take the over play calling for at least one game. I agree with that. He's definitely not play calling. Cecil N says Sanders was the best player last night. He just wasn't used enough. Put in Flacco, which will force us to run. Let Hurts continue to develop during practice on the bench and get in there next year. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't used enough. Putting Flacco in is not going to change anything. It's not. I don't know why people think benching your quarterback. It's going to send a wrong message. Number one, it's already enough. This team is losing. Benching your quarterback is just going to be worse. You know what I mean? It's not gonna make them look good. Putting in another quarterback, Flacco needs perfect protection. He can't run. You know what I mean? So now if you put in Flacco, now you got to the offensive line's got to be perfect every play because he can't run. He gets touched, he's done. He gets touched, he's done. There's no mobility in Joe Flacco anymore. Marcus says, we have to play Arizona, and he go to a Birds us. Dirty says, Deuce Taylor is somewhere laughing. I don't think he's like that towards us at all. Tyler said, I wish they would watch the RPOs work. They should go back and watch what Pearson did with Nick 2017. That's how an RPO works. It's common football sense. Yeah, well, they're doing it way too much. And there's more to it. Like, Nick is just different because they incorporate a lot more stuff. It's really about the route combinations they do on plays and other things. Here's what they do. It's either a screen pass. It's either a screen pass to a tight end, a bubble screen, a running back screen, whatever it is. It's a vertical, everybody on vertical comeback routes where they go vertical downfield and come back. I mean, there's a lot of different things that they do that it's the same plays over and over. It's the same plays over and over, nonstop. Kevin Shaw says, hopefully this mini bye will wake up the call of Nick, center of the offense around Sanders. Let Hurts be a game manager, run. If the play calling at the same next game, it's over for Nick. Yeah, I don't think Nick's gonna last. I mean, I think he'll probably be here the whole year, but I just don't think he's gonna last. I just don't think he's gonna last. Period. I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't. Philly Ness says at least the other team had more penalty yards than us this game. The 8-Ball says, I would like to have Mike Tomlin. Rumors the Raiders might get him if Tomlin gets fired. Interesting. That is interesting. Vittoria says, I feel like RPOs would be more efficient if they establish a run game first. I think the team would look a lot better if they run. Even though if Jalen Hurts has flaws and this play calling is not good, at least if they run the ball, we will look better and a lot of things will start to open up. Just a little bit. The William 1122 says Watson is a high gamble with his off the field issues, but he might the only option. He might be. I don't know. Depends if they want to go that route and how much he's going to cost. Ham Huckabee says doesn't matter what the Eagles do, the season is over. Tyler says, can Nick let the offense coordinator call plays, see what happens? I hope he does. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. LB Fish Transport says, I'm done with Nick Sirianni. Gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he's not trying to make it better for the players with the trash play calls, not running the ball, 1 carries in the first half. That's what I don't get. Like, he looks the same every game. Like, he's not trying to make this offense look better. Like, he's not for one play. He's not. Every game it looks the exact same. I don't know how he gets away with it or how he feels like he doesn't feel embarrassed by playing like that every single week. I mean, we're the laughing stock right now. I mean, that's how crazy it is. Sir Wolf, I am a Cardinals fan. How bad did the Cards get screwed? They didn't get screwed at all. That was a good trade. Ertz is going to get you catches. Ertz is going to get you a lot of catches. Sorry, I missed the super chat. The super chat did not pop up on my screen whatsoever. But yeah, no, Hurts is going to get a lot. I mean, Ertz is going to get a lot of catches, man. Like Ertz is going to get you separation. He's a reliable hands, but he doesn't have to be the guy because the Cardinals have a lot of weapons. You guys have a lot of weapons, so it's going to be good for you guys. Really good. Mega Official MVR product says should have traded for a defensive end, needed one bad. I mean, we need an edge rusher, like a dominant, like Chase Young edge rusher, like really badly. I mean, that's what we need. I mean, that's just me though. I think that's what they need. Appreciate the super chat, official. Easy money says 11 completions. Those Eagles fans deserve better than QB is beyond bad. It's bad. It's pretty bad between the scheme and the quarterback. It's pretty bad. Pitt says this feels like a Chip Kelly episode. Eric Elliott says bring McNabb back. Chris Torres, I could have started QB and Nick wouldn't run the ball. The 8-Ball says Ertz was traded for a 5th rounder, the next year's 6th round pick. I think Cardinals got a steal looking at Gowan's draft combine. He had a score of around 5.5. His adjustment to the football is weak. What do you mean? He was traded for a 5th rounder next year, right? He was traded for a 5th rounder and next year's 6th, like a 5th and a 6th for next year. I thought I just read a 5th. I didn't read a 6th rounder. I just read a 5th rounder from what the Eagles put up. Attitude said the only good QB this upcoming draft is Malik Willis. If y'all don't want Hurts, why y'all should get him. Marianne Johnson says Rager is on his way out. A lot of people not liking Rager at all. The one thing I didn't get was that one pass to the sideline where he was going. I mean, it was a good pass by Hurts because Hurts would have had him on target, and Rager was on the sideline running, and then he slowed down, and then he just started running again. I don't know. I think 2 balls were underthrown to Rager. One on a comeback route for a first down. They threw not even 7 yards in front of him. He threw it right to the ground in front of Rager. I mean, it was a bad pass. And then the one that then Rager had separation later in the game, obviously for that big PI call down the left sideline. You know what I mean? But I really no show for Rager today. I mean, really, other than causing a PI call. There's really nothing there. And Jalen Hurts had some bad throws to him, too. I mean, it's both. It's both. I can't put it all on Rager either, even though he didn't produce this game at all. MVN official NVR Prod says, yeah, I almost forgot about that. Just to tad this point with the team as a whole, I'm going to miss Ertz, but at least with a winning team. Yeah, no, I'm happy he's with the winning team. I'm very happy. I'm very happy he's with the winning team right now. I think, that's what he deserves it. No, there's no point of him staying here and going through this huge mess that we're doing right now. It's a total disaster. It really is. It's literally a total disaster. No joke, but I appreciate it, man. Definitely. We got a super chat from Skid Marks. Put those away, please. I have a video of Howie and Nick storming the Capitol. It's going to be, this season is going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. But there's 193 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Check out some of the videos if you guys haven't. We cover the Eagles every single day. We stream every game. We do everything. We do the Philly Shakedown with Philly 500. We do a lot of different things on this channel, so definitely check it out. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help the channel out a lot. Much love to everybody. It's already been 57 minutes already, and we're just talking about everything, really. Just talking about the trade and just the season in general, you know what I mean? We got Prodigal Beast says, Rager looking, beating the defense, catching should come. I think in time, I don't think the passes have been there for Rager. That's just me. I'm half and half. There's games where he's not being productive, but I'm seeing the passes, especially even last night, there was 2 underthrown passes to Rager. 2 of them were underthrown, and Rager beat his opponent twice. So obviously it's just a chemistry / accuracy issue, or that's what it is. That's the problem. Daniel Mercado says, 5th and 6th for 1 year where we're not going to the playoffs. As an Eagles fan, I'm cool with it. Nah, I'm fine with it. I got no problem with it. Got Lucio Hypnosis says, respect for Ertz. Appreciate it, man. Dash 6 says, Hurts threw the ball on the wrong side of Rager, so he had to slow down and try to get around the defender. He did the same to Devontae. Yeah, I thought there was a timing issue on both of those throws. The one where Rager slowed down was kind of weird to me. I don't know, just really weird. Matt says, what's up? What's going on, Matt? How you doing, bro? Nate Smith says, Sirianni and I have something in common. We both have to run miles. Eagles really great. I believe Sirianni can fix this. He's still learning. And I don't, dude. I really don't know if he can. He hasn't showed a little ounce of we could probably do this. If he doesn't know right now that he needs to run the ball more, and after week 6 going on week 7, we have a huge problem, bro. We got a huge problem. The 8 Ball says, yeah, I meant Gowan is a 5th rounder and next year's 5th round pick. Cardinals. Oh, okay. That's what you meant. I just got confused on how you said it. Easy Money says, yeah, chill with the Rager hate, guys. Hurts is always inaccurate. And it's true. Sorry to say, but it's true. Lucio said, I like Hurts. I want Cowboys to draft him, but his balls looks heavy. Well, you're glad you didn't draft him, so that's good. Yeah, they are. They are heavy, and he throws. One to Zach Ertz wide open to the right side, and he just overthrows them. I mean, it's crazy what he's done. Tyler said we should get a bunch of people to pick it, pick outside of the Eagles' office and scream, "Run, run, run!" to him, Paul Sanders, Sanders, Sanders. People said, I'm an Eagles until I die. I'm upset for many, many years we're not getting linebackers and linemen on both sides. I know people are going to hate me for saying this, but Andy should still be with us. 2 rings by now, not 1. And that's interesting to say. I think when obviously Andy on his last year in Philadelphia and how bad the Eagles were playing, and I think it was time for the Eagles to move on, and that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Some coaches just need a new background, new set of change. I don't know if the Eagles would have been better if Andy stayed. I don't know. But obviously we wouldn't have this. We probably wouldn't have the Super Bowl in 2017, obviously. But we got Super Chat for Tyrell Young. What's going on, man? Appreciate the Super Chat. He says Hurts is not the guy. Play calling is bad, but what would you expect from working with a limited QB? And that's true. Maybe Sirianni's doing way too much for Jalen Hurts and what he could do. I don't know, because the RPO, I feel like if you put him in standard shotgun, if you put him in something else, the KC game, you take Kansas City, we played very well. They were doing different things with Jalen Hurts in that game, which I love, but our defense, obviously, one side plays good, one side plays bad. That's just how this team is all year. You know what I mean? So I think there's a chance to put him in good position. They just don't do it. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to it. They did a lot of different things in the KC game, and now they're back to RPO. It's RPO every play, and they're not running the ball on top of it. You're going to do a run-pass option, which that play is designed for keeping the football, or you're going to give the ball off, and you still don't run. So why even run an RPO if you're not even giving just to fake the run, just to what? For people to respect Hurts' speed. That's pretty much all I'm getting out of it. You know what I mean? But appreciate it, Tyrell. OGP says Cam Newton best fits for the Eagles. Definitely not. Tyrell says, so what gym do you want next year? Anybody would love to come here with the picks we have. Eagles to great. So Andy got fired for the same reason everyone's mad Sirianni. Lucio says Colts close to benching Wentz. We'll see what happens. I have a feeling it's going to happen. The more games they lose, the more games they lose, I think the more they're going to have it close to benching him. Most likely, probably will happen. No joke. Dave Ball says, "What do you think going through Sanders' head? Why am I not getting the ball? This is ridiculous. This is how they respect me as a player." That's what I feel. I feel like he's not getting respected. Really, that's not I'd be disrespected. I feel disrespected. This is 2 years in a row, but last year wasn't as bad. Last year was still bad when he barely got the ball. They swayed away from him, but this year is even worse. It's even worse this year. No joke. You know what I mean? It was the great. Phoebe says, Colts B says, Joey, we don't see eye on a lot, but I'll give you this. You grind like crazy on the Eagles. I wish we could see the Jalen Hurts with a real NFL coach. I do too. And I appreciate that compliment. You know what I mean? I'm always grinding every day. So I appreciate it. At the end of the day, if we don't agree on a lot of things, at the end of the day, all of us Eagles fans don't agree on a lot of things. At the end of the day, we want to win a Super Bowl. At the end of the day, we want this team to get normal. At the end of the day, we want Howie Roseman out of the building, and we want some normalcy to this coaching staff and normalcy to the play calling and looking like a normal, productive team, which this team is not right now. So I understand that. You know what I mean? Yes, I think having a rookie head coach is probably a big mistake right now. They should have brought a veteran coach that has control of this offense, which I don't know if they brought a vet out. I don't know if they have brought in a veteran coach, if they would work with Howie Roseman. That's another thing, too, because bringing a rookie head coach in that's very young, it's easy for Howie Roseman to just have control over everything. But if you bring in a veteran head coach that's used to doing things his way and he's not going to give up any control, or the head coach wants more control than the GM, then yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? Even when Trey Burton left the Eagles, went to the Chicago Bears on that big contract, he even said that things were done a lot differently in the front office, and it felt like it was more smooth. And, there was a lot of big differences that were taken out of this Eagles front office, and, players that left here and went to other teams. You see differences, and, that's the scary part. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, though. I'm missing these super chats. Why? I don't know. I'm sorry, but I missed the super chat again. Here we go. We have super chat from MVN official. He says, "You think Miles is next to go?" No, I don't think so. I don't know. Like, I really hope not. I mean, if Miles gets traded, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be so aggravated. It's gonna put me in a bad mood that how this team is playing as it is right now. For somebody that hasn't got snaps this year, or maybe like Miles is getting an attitude problem and they're not liking it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I really hope that's not the case. Christian said this is a high school offense. Eagles are great as a Cowboys took a while to reach a balanced offense. We need some patience. Yeah, we need more patience. But we're going backwards every year. We're not going forward. We're going backwards every year. That's the problem I'm having with Howie Roseman. Don't matter how bad Nick is, how bad Jalen Hurts is. Howie Roseman is making us go backwards every single year by the decisions he's making, by some of the having a say in play calling, having a say in a lot of other things, which I don't know if that's true, but it just seems like he has control over obviously the draft, play calling, a lot of different things every week. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good at all. So, William Amara says Jalen Hurts is trash. Matt says, as ugly as the game was for both sides of the ball, I'm actually not upset about the loss at this point. Yeah, but I didn't ruin my night last night. I had a great night, and I expected the loss. I know you had a good night last night, but definitely expected the loss. Yeah, I didn't expect them to get killed. Like everyone's like, oh, they're going to score 40-something points. I didn't expect that the Eagles weren't going to score 2 touchdowns in the game. I was like, they're going to score. I mean, the Tampa Bay's defense is not good. Against the run, it's great. I mean, they give up a lot of yards. They were down 2 corners going into the game. Then Richard Sherman got hurt. They were down 3 starting cornerbacks, and you're still running the same. It's either a comeback route, screen pass, RPO out. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all you're getting out of this team as of right now. We got a super chat from Eagles Gang. Appreciate it, man. He says, "Get OBJ. He can help Devontae and will be a solid piece." I don't even know if that's gonna work, guys. Before they pick up any players, before they do anything at all, Howie Roseman needs to go. Howie Roseman is literally moving this team backwards every single year, and it's not going to get better when he's in the building. I don't think it's going to get better when he's in the building. That is just me, period. That's just what I think. You know what I mean? Dean Nee says, they said Nick is calling the plays. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't think Shane's calling plays at all. I don't think he is. Scoop Deuce says they need to change the QB coach also, as many homeboys on the coaching staff. Yeah, Brian Johnson. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with Hurts every week. I don't. Ernest Wall said if Brady didn't hurt his thumb, I think they would have put up more points. They just stayed conservative on us. I mean, he says. So he said his thumb felt fine. So that's what he that's what I was hearing. Marianne Johnson says, the Eagles are legit going after Allen Robinson. They want a veteran big wide receiver presence. I mean, they could. That's definite. They have to get rid of some assets. They still got to pay Dallas Goedert, which most likely he's not going to walk. Now with Zach Ertz gone, Dallas Goedert's getting an extension. You know what's going to happen. So they got to make room for that, and they got to trade more vets. They got to trade more guys. Get your pieces in motion. Michael J says, run the ball, Nick. Run. Pitbull says, we should have won by 6 instead of losing by 6. Yeah, definitely. I think there was a lot of missed opportunity in this game. Obviously, a missed field goal on top of it by Jake Elliott, first of the year. P says Jalen Hurts has always had accuracy problems, but they still throw in the ball 9% of the time. That's what I'm saying. Like, despite Jalen Hurts' flaws, they're still not running the football. At least if you run the football, knowing that Jalen Hurts has flaws, it would make him feel more comfortable. You would get more yardage. You would move up the field a little bit better. It would be more comfortable. I feel like we have to scratch and claw for yards. We have to depend on some big play. It's either the Eagles run a bubble screen, a regular screen, a tight end screen, RPOs, Jalen Hurts not knowing when to keep it or give it away. And unfortunately, this is what you get. And this is the result you're going to get. So I'm not happy about it. I'm just not. We got a super chat from Eagles Gang said, it looked like Tyree Jackson will be the tight end too. What do you think about him? I mean, he's not back yet. He's still hurt. Tyree Jackson's still hurt right now. He ain't going to be back. He's still rehabbing. They even said he has no timetable for his return. From what I'm thinking right now, it's going to be Jack Stall's going to be the number 2 guy. Jack Stall's undrafted from, I forgot, Nebraska. I forgot where he came from. He's had some, he's been in the offense here and there, 12-man personnel. Like, he's come in a little bit here and there. But, I think that Jack Stall will be number 2, most likely. So, but got a super chat from Tyrell Young. Appreciate it, man. It says not trying to be the guy, but no. So you're not being the guy. Anybody's opinion is great here, okay? Before anyone says, don't be afraid to come on this channel and say anything, okay? Never be afraid to say anything, okay? Just letting you know. I say stupid stuff every year. Trust me. I'm not trying to be the guy, but what if the Eagles are purposely tanking the season for our upcoming draft? Jeff said he got rid of Doug because roster's not good. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I would definitely not respect this team if they were tanking on purpose right now. I wouldn't. You never know. Could happen. But if you're tanking, you're doing a really good job because you're letting a head coach not run the football every single week. No head coach would get fired, and that's why it's believable to think that, because what head coach is allowing a running back in the first half to score the run for 1 yard on 1 carry? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's not crazy to think that at all. It's not stupid. So, I agree with it. Eliel Sheriff said, would you rather have Dalton Schultz or Dallas Goedert at this point? I mean, I love Dallas Goedert. I don't know. I mean, I think Schultz is good, but I love Dallas Goedert, though. I mean, that's just me. I love Dallas Goedert. Name Brand says, this is definitely a controlled situation. That's how I feel. I feel it's 100% controlled. I feel like there's something going on, and we don't know what it is. But we're starting to see every week that how is Nick is not running the football, and he's not getting reprimanded for it. Like, he's not even getting reprimanded for what he's doing right now. And it's just every week he's done the same thing every week. That's why it's like, can this team actually be tanking on purpose? I mean, it looks so stupid. You're doing the same thing every week. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It's just so weird. It's laughable. It's so weird. It's just laughable as of right now. Matt says, I think Sirianni is one and done. Coach Gam might be one and done. I think so. I really think so. I think both coaches are gone. Coaches are gone. And Nick Gonzalez says, Hurts stats are a lot of empty calories. Lions Den says, Howie and Jeffrey are tanking this team. That's how I feel, man. Like, how are they not reprimanding Sirianni on what's going on right now? Matt said, Doug deserves an apology from Howie, to be honest. I agree with that. Carlos says, Sanders is probably asking to be let go, and I can't blame him. Miron Johnson said, AB was taunting all night last night. Well, he was taunting, but he wasn't taunting towards the player because he wasn't looking at a player. He just went in space. He was like, he was all like, I told him to sit down. That Brady was carrying him. That's what I said last night. I was just mad. I was just mad last night. Prog B says, I haven't seen much about Goddard. He should be 50-plus yards, plus touchdown minimum every game, but he's not. Well, look at the rest of our offense, bro. Who else is producing? Has Zach Ertz produced? Has Rager produced? Has Devontae Smith got a touchdown since week 1 of the season? I mean, it's not just Goddard. Like, look at the whole offense. You can't single out a wide receiver on all. You really can't. Like, it's been that bad. Like, the scheme has been bad. The QB play has been bad. The play calling has been bad. Mike Ellis says, I just think they don't want to pay Sanders. That could be it, but I don't know. I really hope Gainwell's not just like when they drafted Derek Barnett. When they drafted Derek Barnett in 2017, and Vinny Curry got paid a lot of money, and we released Vinny Curry and freed up some cap space, and then brought Vinny Curry back. Derek Barnett was a replacement. I hope by drafting Kenneth Gainwell that they don't have a plan already that Miles Sanders is gone. And I really hope that's not the case, because I'm gonna be pissed off. If that's the case. That's just because it's clear as day. Doug wasn't a scapegoat, 100%. Mark G said, watching this dumpster fire coaching is like watching Groundhog's Day. Eagles Gang says, I think Barnett is the next on that will get traded. Nick Field says that taunting penalty really ruined our chances of winning that game. No, it did. The 15 yards, on Jannard Avery, it was horrible. I mean, it was horrible. We're going to go for another couple minutes. It's already 3 in the afternoon. I got to fix my chair. My chair is weird right now. I'm doing some stuff in the afternoon today. I'm seeing Halloween Kills tonight. Pumped for it. Excited for it. Very excited. So, got some stuff going on. I was only going to do this stream for an hour, but I'll go for a couple more minutes for you guys. Sylvan Son of the Living God says we need to trade Lane Johnson. I don't know what's going on with him, bro. There's going to be some videos out the next couple days. I need to figure out what's going on here. Gosh, something had to be telling Nick not to run. He can't be this dumb. That's what I'm saying. There's something going. He can't be that. That's what I'm saying. I don't get it. 2 coaches between Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni were from 2 run-heavy offenses with the LA Chargers for Shane Steichen, and obviously the Colts for Nick Sirianni. I just don't get it. It's funny because you how is this even happening? What there's something going on here. Carl says, yeah, we flagged her for taunting AB talking all night. That's definitely. Kyrie Moore says, how can we get rid of Doug Pearson for a bum? Marion says, I think Sirianni is throwing Hurts under the bus to show how inept Howie is in evaluating talent. Ernest Wallace's Gans says we don't have enough talent to do what we want to do. So if you really need talent, then that doesn't make you a good coach. No. It only makes him a good coach because if that's all he's doing, he's moving his corners 10 to 15 yards off the line. His defensive line is getting pressure whenever they feel like getting it, and your linebackers can't do anything. That's why they kept 7 linebackers, guys, because they weren't high on these linebackers this year. And that's I guess that's the case. You know what I mean? Cash Saldana says, I don't know how bad of a head coach I could be. I get you're a rookie head coach, but oh my God, what is he doing? A high school coach could do better. And that's true, man. That's true. Kenyatta Watkins says, Coach Nick is only here to help destroy the team and tank the season, calling Madden simulation plays. It was the Grave said, we're asking too much for a 1-year coach. No other coach is held to the standard. A new coach needs 2 to 3 years before being on. Yeah, but this is bad. I mean, Doug didn't play bad. Doug wasn't playing this bad his rookie year. Doug won 7 games his rookie year as a head coach. He didn't look this bad last year. He didn't look bad in 2016. I mean, this is bad. This is what happens when this is a young head coach, and Doug's been in the league for a while, and he was a mid-aged, head coach that has a lot of experience with quarterbacks and, has had experience being a coordinator. So I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. Doug won 7 games his first year with a fresh team, so. Nick says, wow, Derek Barnett is so bad. He is bad. Pretty bad. But, all right, guys, we're going to go for another minute, and then we'll probably call it a day. There's 183 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't checked out some of the content, check it out. We stream every game. We pretty much do everything every week. So definitely check out some of the content. We make videos. I make videos. I don't say we. I'm saying we, but it's me. I make videos every single day. If you guys haven't, definitely like the stream if you guys haven't before you leave today. Much love to everybody that's in here. Appreciate everybody hanging out at the game yesterday as well. Had a lot of fun. I mean, for the most part. I mean, for what we were given. Matt says also, I'm not sold on Hurts not giving up on just let him. But if he isn't the guy, is what it is. But 2022 QB class is awful looking. Yeah, definitely. Just the Eagles looking like an old Browns right now. It's pretty bad. It's actually pretty bad right now. No joke. Not even kidding. Both say if we're the Eagles, I would draft a linebacker, offensive lineman, and another wide receiver in the first and second round. I would trade Johnson, Kelsey, and Sanders in a package deal. I don't know if I'd put Sanders in a package deal. Kelsey is probably going to retire after this year. Maybe. I don't know. And Johnson, I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I have no idea. Still confused at this moment. Still confused as of right now. All right, guys. I hope everybody had a great day. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I know, you trade, you lose this game and then you trade Zach Ertz. So you're like, it's like double whammy for the past 2 days of downness. So, I mean, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope everybody has a good day. Just stick in there. You know what I mean? We, enjoy football this weekend. Eagles don't play this weekend, obviously, so it's nice this weekend. Enjoy your weekends. Don't go crazy. And we'll be back. We will be back I don't know. We'll have more videos out tomorrow. I'm done for the day. I'm eagled out for the day just because between last night's game, this trade, and it's just crazy. It's just nuts. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Hope everybody has a good day. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. So hit the subscribe button. We do cover the Eagles every single day, and we do everything. So check it out. We might have a live stream Sunday, Joe. We might have one. We might have one Sunday. Definitely. We might do an NFC East game, something like that Sunday. Just check out for the post. We'll probably do something Sunday. So definitely check that out. And we'll see you guys later. All right. Subscribe, like the stream before you leave, and I'll see you guys later. Shakes what up, follow. So peace out, guys. Have a great day, guys. Peace out. Peace.